I think that what you're wearing to your job shadow makes a big difference just on the first impression. They can see if you're taking this experience seriously or if you're more nonchalant and just wearing whatever was in your closet that day.
I think physical appearance is very important. It's important to look nice, and that just shows more about your character. If you show up in pajamas and you haven't showered for 3 days, that's going to leave an impression that you don't want to leave.
The advice I would give to a student preparing for a job shadow visit is to err on the side of being more business formal. It goes back to that overall theme that this is a professional visit, and for their personal branding and for the expectations that they have for the day, having that professional attire really sets that tone.
Definitely err on the side of caution. If you're wondering, I wonder if this is appropriate, probably not.
In terms of how the difference between the two, I would say that business professional, you usually wear a suit, and with business casual, you can just wear a dress shirt and a nice tie.
At Intel, it's more of a casual laid-back atmosphere, and so what I did was just wore a dress shirt, kind of how I'm wearing right now, threw on a jacket.
So my job shadow was business casual, so I wore some slacks and then a blouse. I went for more of the dressier side just to be safe.
Make sure that you're clean cut, your shirt's pressed, everything's ironed, it's clean.
Shoes are definitely important. Closed-toed is almost always the way to go. And if you want to do heels, they're usually very low and not sparkly, not over the top.
I got these. Just a good pair of comfy slip-ons, they look good.
So these are the shoes that I opted for because they're nude and flats, so they're pretty comfortable.
It goes back to first impressions. I mean, you gotta look the part. And really in any business transaction where you're trying to get people to, buy a product of yours or even listen to you, you need to basically look like they can trust you.
I would say there's different staples or good reliable pieces of clothing you should have for either business casual or business formal. So for me, that would be a pair of slacks, a nice pair of flats.
Having a suit is a long-term investment. You're investing in yourself, and so therefore it's really important to have one.
I usually go to H&M to get some of my shirts. They're pretty affordable, easy to clean. Ties, I like to, try to go to Nordstrom's Rack or Nordstrom's because they have a lot of variety.
I think there are definitely places where you can go that are more affordable, like JCPenney or TJ Maxx.
I'd say on other aspects of what would not be considered appropriate for business casual, obviously anything that could lead to an overall distraction, whether that is excessive piercings. I'd say at our office we're fairly clean cut.
I think the biggest issue that I've seen in terms of clothing is women coming in skirts that are too short or clothing that doesn't fit right. The attention that takes to be that self-conscious is taking away from the experience of learning.
We are a fragrance-free office, so that's no cologne or perfume.
The idea that would have somebody putting on perfume or cologne is good. It says, I don't know, I care about my appearance or whatever, but it actually has the opposite effect in a small office, and it attracts too much attention to you.
Just fit in. Know the culture of where you're going, the culture of kind of where you're at. So whether that's the office you're working at, the customers you're going to go see, the vendors you've got coming in, just know your audience, know your environment.
All of these things will help you impress in the job shadow day, but will also be very relevant as you continue to look for internships and careers.